Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is an audio tarot reading. And I know that isn't attractive or fun for people who hook up to the internet. We're very visual. And, of course, we live in a visual world. But if you want a direct connection to your mind, heart, and soul, listening is the best. That's why we got two ears. Just to make sure we're getting both sides. Now, I know we have two eyes, but because we are so acclimated or acclimatized to the visual stuff often creates interference, often creates distraction. And if there is anything that pervades society today, it is distraction. They want you to look at the right hand while they're doing the mischief with the left. But if they keep you focused on the right hand, left hand can do whatever the hell it wants to do. And it's doing it. So I purposely set this up as just essentially an audio. Yes, you do have the spread for today. It is the energy that's available. If it resonates with you, go with it. If it doesn't, put it on a shelf. It may resonate tomorrow, a week from today, a month from today, maybe even later in the year. And then you can come back, re-listen, tune in to the energy. But I do not predict anything. I do not appeal to your prurient interests very often, most of the time, in fact. Astrologers on the internet, tarot readers on the internet, numerologists on the internet are pandering so that they can get likes, they can get shares, they can get subscriptions. They're telling you what they think you want to hear so that they can load up on subscribers. I'm not doing that. I have a certain level of subscribers. I always like to add them. I enjoy the likes, I enjoy the shares. But that's not my primary drive. This is a commitment. It began about 5 years ago. Little did I know how important, how vital it would turn out to be, because the last few years, boy, we've seen things change dramatically. There are a lot of people who are refusing to see it, even though they're living in hell, or just on the edge of it. Everything's more expensive. You're making less money. They're squeezing us just like they said they would. You would have nothing and be happy. That will continue in huge measure, I believe, this year and next. So the one tool that you have to defend yourself is your ability to manifest, your imagination. What can you create in your head? And I throw this in, although you will never likely hear it from any tarot reader or astrologer. Work within your life destiny. You know, we hear this stuff all the time. Well, you can be anything you want to be. No, you can't. No, you can't. First of all, life is luck. You take a look at the richest people in the world. They've had one break after another, after another, after another. Things just kind of fall into place for them. That's their life destiny, to have resources. Now, what they do with those resources, that may be the test. Are you selfish? Do you make the world a better place? That will determine your karma. And some of these people that are super, super wealthy, maybe in a past life or two, were extremely poor. Maybe they were slaves, and so this is the return. But nevertheless, what do you do with your resources now? You could be a bookkeeper. You could be a politician. You could be a singer. You could be somebody who works in a fast food restaurant. It doesn't make any difference. Find out what your life destiny is. You can do it with numerology. You can do it with astrology. With astrology, you would start with your north node, probably go to your ascendant, moon, that kind of thing. Numerology, you can actually calculate for your life destiny. Work within that. We were not all meant to do the same thing. It's the mosaic. It's the different parts and pieces that come together that make life. Life, by the way, in case you forgot, is a 4-letter word. It's not going to be fun all the time. Sometimes it'll be damn difficult. Other times it'll be pretty nice. It's that mix. So what I suggest that you do whenever you think of manifesting, take a look at your life destiny. Find out what kind of areas are you interested in. Where do you kind of naturally lean? And then manifest in that direction. It'll come to you much better. Not necessarily easily, but it will come to you much better. That's my point, to help you manifest, to inspire you. So let's begin. Middle card, oracle card. It's the observer. And we have what looks like a fox looking through a telescope at a moon. We got the eclipse coming up on the 8th of April. That's going to be a very, very, very powerful eclipse. The odds are you're already feeling it, have been feeling the energy, maybe vaguely for a while. So I would use that as kind of a flag. Maybe that you haven't picked up the vibe yet, but you will by then. Maybe you have picked up the vibe, but you're not doing anything about it, and you will by then. But I do think the eclipse on the 8th will be very potent, powerful, and really open up some interesting situations. So the card is the observer. The numbers in the upper right-hand corner are 49. 4 is stability. 9 is endings for new beginnings. And the 4 and 9 together equal 13. 1 and 3 equal 4. So you're looking for stability. You're ready to make changes. You may not have made them yet, but you're ready to make changes so that you can have more stability, more security in your life. And it's interesting that this card today is observer, because the meme today matches very well. And the meme talks about two kinds of world history. There's the official world history, which is fake. It's intended for teaching you in school. Much of what, I'm doing this in the United States of America, much of what we've been told about our history is baloney, not true. And if you delve in a little bit, you'll find out that you've been lied to step by step by step by step. We're not such a good country. In fact, at this point, we are the terrorists in the world. But the history that they teach you in school never touches on that. It never touches on that. There's a great deal of discussion and concern and angst over what's going on in the Gaza section in the Middle East. But we did the same thing here with the Native Americans 300 years ago. But we're not taught that. So there's two kinds of world history. One is the stuff that they teach you in school, which is largely bullshit. Two is the secret information, the secret history, which is the true history. The true history being that America and much of the world has been controlled by Zionist bankers since the 1600s. And there's a whole history, but you got to dig, and they're not going to tell you that. What we're fed every day as news is the false history. That's the history that they would put in the history books. How wonderful America is. We're saving the world from democracy. We're protecting this. Everything we're doing is for the good of the world. That's baloney. What we're doing is for the good of corporate America. You see what your life is like. You see how they're sucking your life's blood away from you. So the secret information is to find out what's going on underneath the headlines. Or more importantly, let's go to the Wizard of Oz. Pull back that curtain. Let's take a look at the wizard. You're going to find the truth. What you hear from mass media is the official story. The real story, you got to dig for. And that's what you're in the position of doing right now. And so basically, this fox and the telescope is the same as one picture equaling 1,000 words. You need to know what's really going on. You need to look behind the curtain, because the card all the way to the left is the Three of Swords. You are hit with a case of stinking thinking. You've been lied to. You know that. You have proof of that all the time. Everything that they've told you is a lie. And they have never gotten to the core, and you're beginning to become aware of that, and your heart is breaking. So you got to change your value system. That's the next card, Two of Pentacles. Twos are making decisions. You have to decide what's real, what's important, what's fake. Tough to know. Because our ego gets in the way. Mark Twain said it's easier to fool somebody than to convince them that they have been fooled to begin with. It's true. It's all ego. Don't tell me my government lied to me. I'm not that stupid that I can't see. Yeah, you are that stupid. And so was I till a few years ago. But you get to that point where you have to take that peek behind the curtain and see the wizard. You know that. Your broken heart is pushing you in the direction of making changes and adjustments. What's going to save you is the energy of the fool. You are thinking about your future. It's not clear yet. This card is in reverse. So you're not clear, but you're hoping against hope. You're hoping somewhere over the rainbow there's a better place. There's a more honest world, a more loving world, a more supportive world, a kinder world. Right now, that's just a question of faith. You're not seeing it around you, you're not feeling it around you. What you're feeling around you is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands talks about useless conflict, bickering, pettiness, squabbling. And that's going on in the world all over the place. People are arguing over silly things, and the reason they're arguing over silly things is the people who run the world want you to argue over silly things. That's the distraction. Here, look at this, while their other hand is busy doing other things. And you're coming to that realization. You're beginning to understand, man, have I been lied to. Get over the hurt ego. Keep that one picture in your mind, because it's worth 1,000 words, and all of them true. And that's the real message here. Go for the truth. Do not settle for anything less. That's the reason for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested Tarot reading. Between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.